Hi everyone and welcome to this new Gamersyde live. Tonight we are going to show you Moose Simulator, as you can see. Well, okay, it's as you can guess already, so it's Far Cry 5, and as usual Driftwood is going to do the playing and most of the talking. Hi Driftwood.
Hi Blim, and hi everyone, and well, hopefully things will go smooth and moves maybe. Tonight I'm on my own at home, and I have well, I have two kids, but one little girl who might start crying at some point. So it happened to us when we showed Monster Hunter in French a little while ago, and Blim loved it, but he was not alone, so he had someone to chat with when I was away, which isn't the case today. So let's hope that she'll be a good girl and she'll just sleep. So yeah. Far Cry 5, well, it's a Far Cry game. It's a new Far Cry game. We're back in modern day USA, and we've left the you know, the caveman of Primal and Tibet, I think it was, in Far Cry 4.
Wow, it was a fake Tibet.
Yeah, fake Tibet. So that's inspired. That's not fake USA. That's probably a fake county in the USA, more than probably actually. And here it's night, and I'm one of my well, bases, more or less. Just like in the other games, you have places you have to free, and when you do so, when you've done it, you get access to the area, and that's you know, becomes a sort of a base where you can buy things like, you know, your guns, ammo, even vehicles. I'll show you that in a bit. And the way the game is done now, it's, you know, it's you know, a few things have been changed in the way the missions are you know, triggered off more or less, and also the rest of the game, things, how you know, discover things. So you can see that there are weapons, and expensive weapons, and you know, like this shovel is it's quite expensive for a shovel. I mean, I don't know exactly how a shovel should cost, but
well, it's got a smiley on it, so
yeah, sure,
it's clearly much better, I
guess. And so these are like the special weapons with, you know, the nice little colors, so, and all.
I see there are two currencies.
Yes, because there's well, you know, it's a modern game, I guess, so you always get to, you know, you get the freedom to actually buy what you don't want to buy with the in-game money. You can buy with your own if you don't want to spend too much time grinding and just making money in the game.
Okay.
But you don't have to do it, and well, I mean, it's too soon to say anything about that, because like I've just got the game like a few days ago, and I haven't had a lot of time to actually play, and didn't want to play too much because we cannot show you a lot of it. So basically what we can show, in the first area I went here, there are 3 lieutenants that you can see here, and each area you a bit like in Just Cause, basically you start to cause mayhem, and you know, with the missions you can destroy things, you can attack, of course, the cultists, and there's a meter, a gauge, like you can see here, that, you know, corresponds to resistance points, which like a chaos meter, more or less. And the more you piss him off, and the more men he'll throw at you, until he decides to actually take care of you on his own himself. So and then when you beat him, I mean, the area is probably free, I don't know yet, and you get to do that for 3 people. So basically I cannot show you any main mission for this area, because, you know, I've reached the level. It's actually level 2, so I cannot show you anything else but just, you know, me walking around and just killing people, or just, you know, looking at the wildlife, or getting killed by the wildlife. You know, there's Wolverines are very, very dangerous. I mean, I almost got killed by a Wolverine once or twice, and you know, very small animal, but crazy deadly.
A bit like honey badgers.
Yeah, I thought it was one, actually. I thought, oh, here's a badger, and no, it's a Wolverine. So, but I can show you missions with Faith and this guy Jacob, and those areas I haven't been to, but I guess it'll be easy to do so with the planes, because there are planes now in Far Cry 5, and you know, helicopters and different sorts of cars. Of course, it's the US, so you get to drive old muscle cars like this one. And actually, while I think about it,
that's a good justification for the onling sucking, I guess.
No, it's pretty fun. Okay, there's a place for bad guys over there. So you get to see the you know, awareness meters, or you know, like when you're spotted. You get to see that a lot when you walk around, and you run around, or when you drive around, because okay, so it's not yeah.
So it can attack directly your base.
Yeah, well, it's not going to take the base back, but yeah, it can attack. And I could take my plane, although I'm not sure where it is. It's supposed to be over there, but it's not.
Do vehicles respawn?
When you lose one, you mean? Like when you destroy one? I don't think. Well, some vehicles you have access. Oh, my men took care of them, so that's fine. You basically what you do is you unlock vehicles depending on what you do in the game, and so you have access to hangars like this one with cars, or you know, or planes here. So you can buy some of them, like this one I need to buy if I want to pilot it, but this one I can drive whenever I want.
Wondering, this is the PlayStation 4 Pro.
Yeah, Pro version.
But you're running in 4K or?
I think the console is set in 4K, and it's supposedly the review note said that, you know, game is supposed to be 4K for Xbox One X and PS4 Pro. I'm not too sure it's actual 4K, especially on Pro, but you know, it's not. They didn't say it's checkerboarding or anything. They just say it's 4K. So I couldn't tell you. So you see, like this one I've had before, so I can drive it whenever I want. But the others, I need.
So you can call on the
yeah, anytime you want. I mean, provided you're next to a hangar like this.
They basically respawn.
Yeah, they do. And there are like perks you can have also when you find a vehicle that's been damaged, and there's a perk when you get into the car or the plane and it's damaged. I mean, it's repaired, it's fixed immediately, for example. Okay. Because there are perks, and well, you know, like a skill tree more or less, but it doesn't work like before. So like that would be fun, sort of planes when you're playing co-op, because you can play co-op and all the missions, main missions, side mission, everything, the open world, because you know you can be like, one can be Indiana Jones and the other one can be Henry Jones, just shooting his own plane and saying, oh, they hit us badly, or something like that. I can't remember exactly what he said. And so yeah, it's you know, a lot of vehicles, and it's not too bad. You know, it's not realistic or anything, but it's not too bad actually. So let's just take the plane. Actually, that's what I want to do. Yeah,
I'm going to suggest to take off when we are on error.
So let's take the plane. Vehicle delivery in progress, and oh, magically. One thing I have to say, we're not going to give our opinion about the game. What are you doing here? Where are you? Oh, that.
Okay. That was random.
Okay, so that was violent. Sorry, but you can also throw the bat, like, you know, like this. Like that was a bit fun to do it.
That's a nasty ragdoll.
Well, yeah, ragdoll is pretty extreme in this game. Like, you know, sometimes it's you know, it's fun, but it's not realistic at all. Okay, so let's take the plane, and I like actually how the planes handle. It's not realistic, but it's pretty nice.
The cockpit also is quite detailed.
Yeah, it's detailed. It's very nice. You can look around, and so what I was saying is, so it's very nice. You can, you know.
That's a short. So yeah, that was very, very quick to be in the air.
I know, but it's
it's
you
not
know,
a simulator.
It's Far Cry. It's
a moose simulator. It's not.
It's a moose simulator. It's not supposed to be a plane simulator. So this plane has weapons. Problem is when you start to look around, you don't remember where the cockpit is and where is the front and where's the back, and that's how I crash usually. Yeah, what was I saying about the about something before that guy showed up? I forgot. It's probably not important.
I don't think it was interesting anymore.
No, it's never interesting. So the thing is, what's nice is you can just well, obviously in planes it's going to be different, but when you explore the environment, you can actually arrive in some place where there's a mission, and it's not like you need to press a button to start the mission. Like things go very smoothly, very naturally, and you don't realize it's a mission sometimes.
It's a bit more emergent.
Yeah, yes. It feels more natural and smoother in a way. Now again, like I said, we're not going to give our opinion. I haven't played a lot. This is not a review. We don't do scores anyway, but I'm not going to tell you if it's a game that's worth it, because I've basically played a few hours only, and I've just seen the very beginning. And we're not allowed to anyway, but even if I wanted to, and that's also part of why I didn't play as much maybe as I could have, is I didn't want to have to think about everything I was going to say, so there's no risk of me spoiling anything because I haven't seen anything, and I think that's the way it should be done. So that's I don't know if it's like people playing baseball over there. It's nothing else. It's something else. I'm not sure. I don't know anything about baseball. So, for example, I'm going to show you.
That wasn't a baseball stadium, that's for sure.
No, it was not a stadium. That's for sure. You're right about that. So you have the different.
Not the form of the field. It doesn't look like this.
Well, yeah, it's a bit like like that movie Signs, but it's
a baseball diamond is called a diamond for a reason. It's
oh yeah, right. But I mean, it's not a baseball diamond. It's a baseball. I don't know anything about baseball. I didn't even know it was called a baseball diamond. To be honest,
I think it's called a diamond. But,
I like the way the map works. Also,
the map is nice. Oh yeah,
very smooth. Also. Looks, it seems to be like maybe I don't know if it's 60 FPS. Game is not, but
we are streaming at 30, so we
don't really
people won't be able to tell anyway.
So they have like different locations, like places where you can hunt, but you don't need to hunt to upgrade your character anymore. Hunting is basically more about making money. I'll show you that. In fact, you unlock perks. There's a skill tree, as I said here. And you get points either by just doing missions, or sometimes by finding perk magazines that will give you points, a bit like in Fallout, the Fallout series, the recent games, where you can sometimes find a book that's going to teach you, give you 1 point in a certain area.
A Dead Rising, a bit maybe, you see.
Maybe a bit, except you don't need.
So you don't need to get French.
You don't need to equip the book. You find it and that's it. And so
speaking of perks, I think maybe it's one. A non-user was asking a few minutes ago if you can turn off the wall hack, which shows you to see the enemies behind walls highlighted in red.
I don't know. Possibly. Actually, I haven't checked everything. Oh well, there's aim assist is on. See, like I haven't played much. Let's leave it on for the live stream. By the way, it doesn't seem to be anything related to.
It's not a perk. It's always on.
Oh, maybe there's a perk, and I've seen. I was wondering if you could simply HUD is pretty empty, but yeah, sure. When when you get spotted, you have that sort of arrow that appears, that pops out, and also you can when you mark enemies, and you do it when you aim at them or when you use your binoculars. So it's not like you have a choice. And I thought maybe the interface you could maybe hide things, but I'm not sure. So icons, messages, I don't know. I haven't had time to check everything, like here on screen controls, but I don't know. I guess for that I'll simply need to just take the time to check everything myself, so you don't have to lose time and just watching me. So there are also challenges, and when you reach when you actually complete one, you get points, also perk points, so that sort of like
and then user is saying that there was an enemy tagging
where in the perk system or in the options.
I don't know. In the options, yeah.
Maybe I just didn't see. I just trying to show as much as possible. So, but I could take a quick look. So there are things you can craft, but you do that with the components you find, you know, like plants and things. And this is simply done not in the menus anymore. In the menu, simply done by using. I'll show you when I land the L1 or R1 buttons or LB, RB on Xbox One. So there's a small town over there. That's the town. The first. Well, it's a small, really small town. It's basically a bar and a shop and a church, but that's the place where you start.
That's enough for Montana.
It is, I guess. So let's just land where you should land. In the middle of the street.
Wow, it's the middle of the night, so it's not going to bother.
So like I said, you do the the crafting here. Like you can craft, for example, here Molotovs or remote explosives, different types of explosive, if you have the necessary components to do so. Like here, dynamites, for example, I can craft, and it's done pretty easily. But it doesn't pause the game. So if you do it while in combat, you have to do it when you're safely hiding, so you don't get shot. Although sometimes I've seen enemies do pretty stupid things, even when I'm not trying to be stealthy, because I know that when you're stealthy, sometimes behaviors can be a bit erratic in the AI. But yeah, I've shown that in a few videos. The game has just been patched a second time, I think, since I got it. So maybe this will be.
Just got a patch when we launched the game.
So I don't really know.
Very short one.
If this is going to fix it. It's not like it happens all the time also, but it happened a couple of times. So in the end I said, okay, I can show it on in the video, because that happened to me more than once, so it could happen to people also. I was trying to see if there was not something. I
really like the map.
Yeah, the map is very nice.
It's almost cute.
I'm going to check this place. So there are stashes that you can find. It's a there are no towers anymore. There's one tower in the beginning. That like Ubisoft trolling themselves and saying, well, there's the guy character talking to you and saying, well, don't believe that, you're gonna have to climb up all the towers in the county for me. I just need you to do that for for the first and only one. Like, so that was to be expected, because they're aware that people are sick of that. So there are towers like antennas that you can climb onto, but usually either to get to higher grounds and get a better sight of what's going on, so we can spot.
And also everyone is doing it now, so
yeah, also even Zelda. So we can go there by maybe car. There's a car over there. I'll leave the plane there. I think it's fine.
It's safe.
Well, the plane's probably safer than the person who's going to crash into it. Okay, so what I should do immediately is turn off the radio, because the radio is licensed. So this is ugly. Funnily enough, this is when you actually put your like a personal, how do you say that, like when there's a real mission. I've never seen that. There's no such thing, and there's no map. As you can see, there's no map. The only way you can see the map is if you actually go into the menu. But when you choose to go somewhere and you point somewhere very specific on the map, that's not like one of the quests that you have in your journal, then you have that sort of ugly thing. Oh, by the way, listen to this, like handbrake. Maybe like turn the volume up a little bit, please.
I can do that,
because I think that's cool.
You can try running.
Well, that's old school now with e-brakes. Nowadays it's all electric, so there's no.
Well, my Mini still has it.
Oh, yeah, the bokeh is beautiful.
Yeah, the bokeh is so beautiful that I'm gonna die, and I don't even know why.
That's great. We can.
No.
Right
What's going on? What the hell is going on? Okay, no. Can you please hide the image, because there's something going on that I was not expecting, and sadly.
Yep.
Do they have the sound or not?
They have the sound, yeah.
Okay, so they should not have the sound. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
guys. So that's one of the things that I said is.
Their confession.
Yeah, sorry about that. We're going to. Okay, that's better. Sorry.
Are we
about
back? So
Yeah.
So sorry. I'm gonna skip as quick as I can, and well, oh no, this is something I can show, and I'm stuck here, and this is bad. So let me explain the way the game works, and I'm gonna have to come up with another idea. I'm gonna have to start a new game. That's what I'm gonna do with another profile. It's the best thing I can do. And again, I'm sorry about that, but there's oh no, I know what I can do for now, and I can use the Gamersyde account. Dafton is not supposed to show up anyway, so that should be fine. Although no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to see if I can do that with my Japanese account, and I don't care if I cannot sign in because I don't need to. So you can show the game again, and I'll explain why I had to do what I just did.
All right.
Which is I think partly why this could be a good idea, but I haven't seen enough to know is you can do any mission you want. Well, you have of course a series of mission, but there's it's not like you do a certain number of mission or you do a particular mission and then suddenly what happened is that the one of the lieutenants, John Seed, because I caused too much chaos probably in these, and I didn't do much tonight, but apparently enough, and suddenly he is going to well, basically well, he can kidnap you. It's just what happened. It happened once to me first, and that's when I met him, and I was supposed to not to show you anything related to the main story before that. The thing is that usually in games, in other games, I mean, they tell you don't show any missions after this mission, and here it's impossible, because basically what can happen is you can just simply be in your area, in that area where the chaos meter or the alert meter, I'm not sure how they call it, it's not chaos, it's probably alert meter or something, is high enough, and then they're going to just suddenly arrive and kick your ass and take you where they want to take you, and then you'll be in that sort of maybe more linear situation, which then allows the game to mix both open world missions where you can like typical Far Cry thing, to maybe more linear situations where you have more the atmosphere can be a bit different, like you're not totally in control because you have like many guns and everything, and you feel a bit more powerless. That's the feel I get from the beginning. But like I said, I've only met John Seed once, and I didn't expect like a second sort of abduction to occur, especially with me doing nothing else than just driving around. So I'm guessing like picking the
loading screen.
Oh no, it's not. Sorry, it's not. It's me choosing gender.
Okay.
So
wow.
That's me. Sorry, but loading screens can be pretty long when you lose and when you have to reload the last save on PS4 Pro. At least that is. We haven't seen I was hoping to, and that wouldn't have happened if I had. I was hoping to get a PC code for today. Sadly, they told me to get in touch with us on Friday, and we'll see what we can do, and I did. But then they told me today that to get in touch with them on Monday. So,
right.
So it's not even sure that I'm.
And user is asking, how often did you experience these AI glitches?
Well, quite frankly, I don't really know. I mean, the glitch is when they seem oblivious to your presence, even though you started shooting other people. I don't know. I haven't played enough to tell you it's once in a great while, or if it's once in a while, or if it's too often.
Montana.
It's
Big
it's
sky country. The treasures.
it's
People got
let's
a lot
say
of names for
it's like I said, I've seen a few bugs, I've seen a few things that you know, maybe have been fixed with the 2 updates I got after starting to play. But yeah.
So how long before games look like this?
I don't know, maybe
I say two gens.
2, possibly, yeah.
Did you see the yeah?
Yes, I did. But you can pretend we haven't talked about it.
Yeah, RTX demo. Wow, that was awesome.
Yeah, but did you see the one? There was one also with the new Metro game, which looked actually, and it was I don't know the same tech. Because I can't remember exactly the title of the video, but they were showing an I can't, because the reason I can't is because this goes from this, what happened in the church to
transition.
Yeah, okay. to just you in the helicopter, and then I don't know if I can skip it. Most of the cutscenes you can skip. I mean, the one I had when I panicked and I said, "Oh no, we can't show that." I could skip. The problem is I was not in the open world anymore, and that's it's not. I'm pretty sure. I know that I couldn't show you that, so that sucks. And if I had known really that you could, be summoned again so quickly after level 2. If they told us, like, be careful because when you're level 3 this can happen, I would clearly have tried to start a new game and I would have skipped all this, although it's pretty nice faces and animations and stuff. Well, you're gonna get to see the
this is real time now.
Yeah, this is real time, and this is the Bioshock sort of infinite vibe that I got when playing. It's like, okay, there's a giant statue, so how the hell is that possible when you're not in the Bioshock universe? And then you'll hear the chants, I think it's Amazing Grace, just like in basically in Bioshock Infinite, except gloomier and more disturbing. In Bioshock Infinite, it was what was disturbing was that Disney sort of happiness that everyone's appeared to have, and here it's not the case. It's like, okay, this is weird. This is more. It's not Outcast, but is it Outcast or Outlast? I never know. The one that's creepy. Outcast is the old guy. Yeah. So that's not Outlast, but close. So can I skip? No, I can't. And the
already see the progression from Far Cry 4.
Well, yeah, sure.
Lighting the faces.
Well, the thing is, you're gonna also, I don't know, maybe you won't have time to see it because it takes a bit of time. But the after that introductory part at night, you get to be on an island, and the game looks absolutely horrible for about 30 minutes, or maybe a bit less, depending. Yeah. And the reason it does look bad is that there's a sort of fog everywhere, so it, like the image is all washed out, like it's something's not right, contrast is not right, and then when you climb on top of the tower, and after that it tells you, don't worry, the fog is just going to disappear, and suddenly, oh, now the game looks good, just like in the beginning where I thought it looked very actually good at night.
Yeah, and this looks really good. And
the sheriff looks like that dude from that game from IO Interactive. The two.
Oh, Ken Lynch.
Yeah, Ken Lynch. It looks like Lynch. Lynch, yeah, I think it's Lynch.
Yeah,
so I'm sorry I'm showing you this because if I had known, I would not probably have captured this direct feed, although it's always nicer direct feed, but I didn't expect the game to do this to me tonight. Well, and bright side is my girl is asleep.
Yeah,
for now.
Also, during the gameplay, they were saying that they wanted to capture you and they to not use live rounds. So yeah, they were saying that 5 minutes before they captured you.
Oh really? Oh yeah, I didn't pay attention because I was speaking, and also I don't read. Maybe I can't really.
We're also saying it.
Yeah, but
loudly.
you know, when speaking, it's hard to listen. And believe me, I know that because I see that every day with my students. So one thing I should say, although I haven't seen the intro with HDR, but me, that, you know, I don't see HDR very much. It's not like, okay, I don't know if it's supposed to look better, but yeah, sure, it looks good. Usually it's to me like that, but when I did launch Far Cry 5 after playing with SDR, you know, for a couple of hours, and I played it with HDR on yesterday with Daphne, I really thought that it was a lot more colorful, and that there was more contrast to the image. That, you know, it was softer also sometimes, and that it looked really a lot even more impressive. I have a few. That's
what the HDR is supposed to do.
Yeah, well, I actually do see it for Far Cry 5.
Things a bit more contrasty, I would say.
So sometimes, like the shadows, just, you know, like in, you know, open world games on consoles, they could be
user is asking if you have a shadow.
I don't know if I do. The thing, well, when you play co-op, you can actually see that the animation of your character is pretty impressive for a, you know, character that you don't get to see.
For games that can be played completely in co-op, it has to be quite good.
Yeah, but it could be bad, and, you know, but no, it's actually good for the main character. But I don't remember. I guess there's shadow, but I'm not sure. I guess we'll see if we have time.
Damn, another nice bokeh right there.
Yeah, very nice. You know, tech overall. A lot of people are going to say, well, you know, it just looked like Far Cry 4, and, you know, which looked good, but no, a lot of work has been.
Remember that Far Cry 4 was cross-gen with 360 and PlayStation 3 version.
Far Cry 4, are you sure?
I'm absolutely sure. I just watched a GDC presentation today about this, so yeah.
You don't need to say today like that, you know, the guy who does the Darth Vader sounded like that in The Lion King, like when he does Mufasa.
The shadows. You actually have two shadows of the main guys here, but both not colliding, but adding. Themselves. I don't know if you can look down.
No, I can't. It's just I take a look a bit left here and right, but I seem to have like a hard neck or something.
Yeah.
And this is freaky, like the guys over there. Only problem is that, you know, here you see a bit of diversity, but when you play, it's like, you know, there's bald guy 1 and bald guy 1, that maybe bald guy 2, and guy with beard, and it's a bit.
One and only one. It's always the same.
It's a bit of a shame, because here, you know, you can definitely see different people.
I don't know if it's a memory limitation and there is more diversity on PC. It's odd. Clearly they have quite a lot of models right there.
Yeah, but maybe,
or these are the lieutenants, maybe. I don't know.
Oh no, I don't think the lieutenants are basically they're in the background. So there's I think there's the same family, if I remember correctly. Like there's a sister and the 2 brothers. And I like how the sister's actually, you know, a position of her body, like, you know, she's a model or something. Like she looks like that, you know, a girl on TV on a game show, like waiting for the people to tell her
to do a fortune.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. Which is odd in the context of what's going on. And the guy's freaky. I mean, just, you know.
Yeah. Well, they know how to do freaky guys in
yeah, just, well, the thing is, in Far Cry 4 it was disappointing because, you know, the main villain actually was not really there a lot. And in Far Cry 3, the disappointment was that Vass was great, but he was soon gone, and the real villain was not as interesting, and so now I can move. And here I don't know, but what I can say is, you know, out of the few cutscenes I've seen with like the good guys, like the pilot guy, you know, the guy who pilots the yellow plane, you know, he's I don't know if he's married, but he's, you know, he has a wife. But yeah, I think he's married, and she's pregnant, And the little cutscene you get when you know save him and you help him and you meet his wife and everything, I thought it was well done. You know, guy saying like we'll be like Butch and Sundance, and the wife says, but they died. You know, well, nah, they didn't die. And you know, it worked very well. So if they can actually, if they've managed to do that for all the different characters, you know, secondary characters and the main villains and lieutenants, it can actually be a good Far Cry game. I think for me that you know, I like Primal sort of because it was, you know, I know that a lot of people don't like Primal, but I liked it because it was a bit different and I felt in danger playing in hard mode, at least in the beginning. But then everything that was, you know, narration and story was disappointing. But then again, you know, at the time, what could the story be like anyway?
Primal was a bit like Blood Dragon.
Yeah.
When people discovered that it was actually the same level and environment as Far Cry 4. It took a few months for people to figure it out. And yeah, it happened.
And so the last Far Cry game that I really actually did play until the end was Far Cry 3. But I was a bit disappointed because, you know, of what happened with what was happening with VAS, and also because people had said, you know, they praised the game so much that you get to have such high expectations that, you know, it's like a movie. It's like
you have to be disappointed.
Yeah, I recently saw Get Out, which is a good movie, you know, especially because it's a, you know, it's a small movie. But people said so many incredible things about the movie.
It's not the best movie ever, like so many people are saying. It's just like Black Panther, in fact.
Yeah.
But
so you know, I was like, you know, very interesting beginning, like opening and everything. Even the game, the stories, and then the last act. Well, no, didn't do it for me. You know, it was not cathartic, really. And I thought it was, you know, it probably would have been better if it didn't end so well. So, and I'm sorry if I spoiled anything.
It's very simple, but the way the glasses look on the guy, very good.
I wouldn't let you take me.
Yeah, I thought you might enjoy this game more than the Council.
Another user is asking, we did check A Way Out.
I wish we could. Well, let's.
Well, you can buy it.
Well, yeah, I'm going to buy it because I want to play it. But yeah, no, I don't know why, but apparently EA, you know, they don't like us, or at least they don't think we're worth the trouble of sending codes when it's, you know, games, minor games like Faye recently or A Way Out. So sure, we got UFC, right? And even Battlefront that we actually had a few days before release, but I would have preferred to get A Way Out. So no, I haven't purchased it. We haven't been. Actually, the guy didn't even answer me today. I said, okay, so basically we're screwed. And no, he didn't even bother to tell me. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe that's because of Snoopers and what they did like a million years ago with that.
I don't think so. I'm really impressed by the visual. That's some very good looking.
So then wait until you see the island in the fog thing. It's horrible. Yeah. And you'll see stupid AI probably also in the beginning. I'm hoping also about the AI that maybe because, you know, in the beginning you're not a threat, like they're not, you know, maybe it's, you know, the way the game's made so that it's not too difficult for you. I really am hoping it's going to be like that. I know that, you know, even though the AI can be dumb, it can still kick my ass sometimes, you know, like you die pretty quickly. And some guys, you have guys like, I don't know if it's a drug or something, they have smoke all around them, and they're, you know, they're not wearing anything, they're not wearing any t-shirt or shirt or anything, like any bulletproof vest or anything. They really don't have anything. And even though they don't have anything, oh, there are people over there. They can take a lot of bullets.
Yeah.
and so the detection meter, you know, typical Far Cry thing, you know how it works. I think like every...
looks like the loads are not so great.
No, the loads are not so great, and it's actually... The thing that bothers me with the loads is that it's usually like small objects, and
it's like 5 meters from you.
Yeah, and yeah, like when you look at the path over there, then you see like it's
even with the compression and everything, I can see it clearly.
And the thing is, you'll see that in the tower if I can.
Shadows, in fact, shadows. It's like 2 meters away.
Oh, so that's interesting, because, you know, first time I got over there, there was a house, and, you know, teaching me how to use things and like a bat, weapons and things. And here I can actually go directly. Oh, this is going to be quicker than the first time. I could go where I'm supposed to go after that. When the guy from the I think it was the FBI, no, the marshal, marshal something that tells me that. If someone's alive, please meet me in the cabin somewhere.
Okay.
I can skip it.
Got 3 minutes.
Yeah. Well, sadly, I'm not going to be able to show you much, and I'm really sorry that took me off guard. I should have probably tried to go to the second area immediately. I'm not gonna. Try to make it up to you somehow. I don't know how, but maybe next time we'll be more prepared. So I was saying, like, the lot problem I have, like...
at the game.
What?
No idea.
Nothing.
Oh, by not sucking at the game? Yeah, sure. Well, at least I can't suck. I mean, this is like, I don't have anything to do. Except here, I'm gonna have to shoot. But, no, the lot thing, when you're on top of the tower in the beginning, so after this introduction thing, there's a sort of lake. And the lake is, you know, like, it's not too distant. On the shore, there are like 2 cult guys trying to, not to drown a victim, because they're trying to, you know, like, I don't know, cleanse him somehow. And you don't see them even when you use your binoculars, you don't see them in the tower. And a little further down the lake, there's a plane with a small, you know, wooden thing where I don't know where they put things, or maybe it's like a sort of restrooms or toilets. I don't know. And you don't see that from the top of the tower, which is just impossible. And so, yeah, it's a bit of a problem also when you are in the plane, because it's, you know, like, small things you don't see, and sometimes can be things that could be useful. So, you know, when it's a haystack, it's okay. It's not too bad. You can see that I'm terrible shooting. My friend is doing all the burning, but I can also. Oh, sorry, I think I killed him. Well, you know, in my defense, it should not be standing when I'm shooting.
When you're shooting behind him, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, I was there first. So
that wasn't good.
No, I don't know why the gun. Oh, because I have no bullets anymore. So that's cool.
That's a good reason.
Oh no. Bullets, please give me bullets.
Hear me? I got the keys to the truck. Cover me.
Cover you with what? Like, okay, I have 30 bullets, so this is going to be helpful. Great. I probably should have tried to do that. They probably have, yeah. Oh, I mean, I can take the like this. You don't need to actually pick up the bullets. You can actually just walk around. I wish I could. Oops. Okay, that's fine. So that didn't go so well, but well.
Up ahead! Watch it! Take him out!
Maybe you should heal.
Oh, you know. I'm going to wait because it's.
Or we could stop on a fail, which would be much better.
No. It's supposed to you know, fill up when you have a bit of time. so you can lean out, which I think is nice. But you know, maybe you could do that before. Can't actually remember. Because like I said, I didn't play Far Cry 4 very much, and in Far Cry Primal there were no cars that I remember of. So
that's reminded me a lot of Alan Wake.
A little bit, that's true. Okay, let's take a med kit. Just make sure, because if I do fail, we have to load the checkpoint from the very beginning of the scene, and it's long. And okay, I'm gonna pick up dynamite, and I'm gonna try to. No, this is not good throwing. Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
That's no good.
No, that's not. And now there's a plane. Oh no, another car.
Holy shit! Nice shot!
Strangely enough, now I seem to have a lot of bullets when I didn't have any before. Okay.
Well, maybe there's ammo in the car.
Oh yeah, maybe. In the glove box, probably. That's where I would put the bullets.
In Montana, everyone puts ammo in the glove box.
Right. Oh cow! Oh,
the move!
holy cow! Yeah. So basically, Far Cry is about blowing stuff up a lot.
Yeah, looks like it.
Apparently, yeah. But you know, a pretty effective introduction. It's nothing new, really. Honestly, you know, it's nothing you haven't seen before. But you know,
I like the color of smoke. Looks like they got the tech from the Division. It looks a lot like the Division. Oh, the bridge.
Water. I'm not too fond of the water and the reflections on the water. I think it looks very blurry. I don't know if it's maybe the lack of movement of the water after playing Sea of Thieves. I'm not expecting that on a river, of course, but and waves and stuff. But it looks very. I don't know. It doesn't look so good. Even when you're underwater, just like in every recent Far Cry game, I think it doesn't look very nice. And I'd be very interested to see a Far Cry game underwater. You know, like in a sort of underwater base or something.
We really need to.
Yeah, I know, because you need to go to bed, and I need to do this on my own apparently tonight.
Yeah, well, I'll give you 5 minutes.
Oh, you're giving me 5 minutes. That's so kind.
To the intro, I'm like this. Yeah,
because you like the tech also, and you want to see the horrible fog.
Yeah.
If you want to see the horrible fog and the washed out visual, there's I think the last introduction video I posted today, you get to see that when I, just get out of that underground sort of hiding place. So you'll see that. And I'm sorry I couldn't show you more of the open world. That was the point of tonight. And I'm so sorry that the game wouldn't let us, and that I had no idea that this would happen. And
yeah. So,
it could be a good news for those who don't like very scripted games that are linked to the stories you decide you choose to play. Like, this is more, unexpected, so, could be fun.
Yeah. So yeah, next live, I don't know which game it will be, maybe God of War, if there's nothing in between.
Yeah, or if there's nothing in between and we have an opening, it could be things we haven't shown, or could be a way out if we buy it. Like, it could be some of the things that we haven't had time to show you guys. Even Sea of Thieves, I mean, we did a live stream in French, but it lasted 3 hours, and well, you're probably not missing out on anything, but we had fun. And I don't know if we could do the same, because basically the people we played with, they wouldn't be able to do that in English, so.
Yeah,
and maybe blame
we could never redo the Titanic scene anyway.
Oh, we could, but it would never be the same anymore.
No.
But it was something.
Yeah. Indeed. All right, people. We, as usual, you know, maybe a couple hours in advance when we do another live. So,
yeah, well, yeah. Actually, we told the French when we were playing Sea of Thieves, but we didn't tell you guys because we're selfish bricks. I guess.
French only.
Yeah. But sorry.
All right. See you guys next
Yeah.
time.
See you, and thanks for being here with us.
Bye bye.